Welcome to an all-new Nerds to Men. I am Brad Reed. I'm joined by Cameo.
What's up?
And our good man, Buck Berlin.
Hello.
Buck is cooler than us because he owns a comic book shop.
That's not what makes me cool.
Well, probably there's a lot more reasons.
I stay away from drugs and crazy women. No,
that's not cool. That's not cool at all. No, but yeah, you do own the comic book store that we're currently in. We're in here every week, actually. New World Comics here in Oklahoma City, just south of 63rd Street on Meridian. And there's some big stuff going on this week.
And it's not just me.
Batman Detective Comics 1000.
1000.
Yeah, look at this. This is me and Cammy aren't even allowed to look at this.
Nope. No. Absolutely not.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Kind of upset about that. But the full cover though is
what do you
dope.
think you're doing?
The full cover. Oh my lord.
Yeah. This full Jim Lee cover. Yeah.
Oh, that's Jim Lee?
Yeah.
Nice. I just saw all kinds of stuff about him on a documentary the other day.
Oh, yeah?
From his involvement with Image, and I can't remember what the name of that documentary was, but it's about Image Comics.
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
I think so, or Prime or something. You should check it out if you haven't seen it, Cameo.
I'll check it out.
Yeah. It's these guys
his art
like
is
Rob
amazing.
Liefeld, who's the guy who made Spawn, blanking.
Todd McFarlane.
Yeah. All these guys, including, some other names that you probably have heard of.
Yeah, like Mark Silvestri and Jim Lee are like the most normal. They're like, yeah, it's a cool thing. So we were like, yeah, cool, we'll do it. And they're like, and we were taking care of all of our people and making sure that we had good money. Then all the others are like, no, we were having the rock star lifestyle.
Yeah. It was funny. One of them, I think it was Liefeld, that had bought this sports car and was
the sports car. And then he bought a mascot suit, and then everyone and their friend kept getting hired, and then eventually they were like, oh wait, money isn't free.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, because I guess Liefeld was like, hey, I'm paying my friends good.
Yeah.
So he was the MC Hammer of comics.
Maybe.
Yes.
Let me ask you if you were given $1 million tomorrow for your efforts, what's the first crazy thing you'd buy? I'll give you an idea. I would definitely have a Batmobile or two.
Which one would you get? Would you get the Michael Keaton Batmobile?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I want the 66 Batmobile because honestly, that's what, started it all for me was Batman 66, watching all that at my great-grandma's house because, I didn't have anything else to do. And that was my introduction, I think, that and, Incredible Hulk on the TV. And Wonder Woman, back in the day. All three of those were on TV. I was born in the late 70s, so. But I think the Keaton Batmobile is the coolest one.
I'll have to. If I was going to buy a Batmobile, it would have to be the animated series one.
Oh yeah,
I love that Batmobile. It's just a big, big deal. I don't know. It's just ugh. I want to drive it. I wanted to drive it so bad.
Right. Yeah.
But if I had $1 million, what I would buy would be some web shooters.
Oh yeah,
some real web shooters.
For $1 million, I'll make you one.
Ooh.
It'll work very well, and you'll never see me again.
I figured you'd drive around in a pizza shooting van.
That would be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. I would try to.
That's way more realistic.
Yeah, it is.
Buck, what would you get?
Man, I'd be so boring because I'd be like, all right, so I'm gonna put half of it away and invest, and then
no. You got to spend this on something crazy though.
Man, I do that.
So say you got $5 million to put away,
okay.
But just $1 million you had to get something.
That I have to get something crazy.
Yeah,
man, I'd probably go the Batmobile route, but I'd go the original Batmobile, from the comics, the Edsel with the big giant bat head on the front that's just garish and
that is pretty dope.
Yeah.
It's like a big old tank.
And it's got 3 completely worthless fins on it. It's But man, but that or probably some ridiculous comics. Man, that much money just thrown around. Detective Comics 27. I just hello.
Yeah.
What's so special about Detective Comics 27?
Well, there's this guy that first shows up. You may have heard of him. His name is Batman.
Who's that?
Well, funny you mentioned that because that might be on the trivia.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, and we'll have to talk a little bit more about Detective Comics later on too, because we got some stuff going
Yeah,
on.
I'll give everyone a little bit of insight in what's going on in this.
Okay. But yeah, so got some cool stuff going on at the shop. We'll talk about that a little more later on. But just for your people's calendars, we got another superhero school. Probably what
This Saturday.
This Saturday.
Yeah, it's going to be Shazam.
Ooh, we're going to talk a little bit about just the Shazam trailer. We don't have any inside info just yet, but we'll talk about that a little later. But I'm excited to. I might have to drop by for that one. That's going to have some information I've been wondering about, because I know there's like Captain Marvel and Shazam and all that. Like,
yes,
yeah. So
it's going to be great.
That's cool. So and then May the 4th, which I love that.
Yes,
Free Comic Book Day.
Free Comic Book Day.
And that's I've seen some of the issues that they were going to have available. That's pretty. There's some cool ones coming out. So
Yeah,
looking
and
forward
then
to that.
we're a week and a half or 2 weeks away from releasing what we're doing.
Nice.
So
okay, cool. And so and then of course New World Comic Con's coming up.
Yeah.
And I do want to talk real quick, not to short side the Comic Con, but that is July 27th.
26, I think.
Oh,
27.
Okay, yeah.
I drink a lot. No.
I didn't think it was on my birthday, which
Yeah.
is on the 26th, but usually that's what it's always.
Yeah,
fun.
no. Because we were the 20th. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We're the last Saturday in July.
Yes, the 27th.
And unless things change, we always will be.
So yeah, that pretty much covers it. I did want to mention though, there's an exciting New World Comics podcast coming out this week. If you didn't see last week's, it was you and Josh Flowers doing a back issue special, which was very educational.
God, I love our back issue specials.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I like it too, because you even talked about like what you considered the best Spider-Man issue.
Absolutely.
Like of all of them. And then there's a pretty touching story about y'all going out and, a kid that wanted to meet Spider-Man. So everybody should check that out.
Speaking of Spider-Man,
I
read Spider-Man Through the Ages, first issue.
I told you so.
Oh my gosh!
I haven't got to read it.
Brad, you gotta read it.
I'll read
it. I'll read it tonight.
Absolutely going to be one of the best Spider-Man series of all time.
I can't. I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
See, y'all are like, well, why don't you talk about it more? You see why?
Yeah. Well, so this week on the New World Comics podcast, you had to. I think you had like a huge, awesome guest lined up, but they canceled. So it's going to be Cameo. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Cameo. Oh, sweet. Yeah.
God.
I'm kidding. I know.
No,
Well,
but
I guess we should let everyone in. We haven't recorded it yet. We record it right after this, but it'll air after. Yeah. So
yeah.
And so it could be really good, or it could be slightly less than good.
Yeah, you might actually never see it again. Yeah, I might just scrub this whole section. No, but I'm actually interested because it's going to be a good chance to find out what Cameo likes about comic books, some of his favorites. A deeper dive than what we normally do here.
Some of the people that I've had on, their friends will come in and say, I never knew this about my friend. Like, I've been friends with them for 15, 20 years, and this has never come up. I didn't know that this was happening. So you find out a lot of really cool stuff, and I mean, everyone's got a story to tell, and I like to think that I'm pretty good at pulling out the interesting parts.
Not me. I'm like Will Smith and Hitch. I'm like Fort Knox, baby. I'm locked down.
All right. Well, watch anyway.
Okay.
Yes, no, maybe so answers. That's it.
Oh, God. No, that's what I was going to say. From Cameo's side, when you host shows and when you do, what we do, people don't always ask you. You do a lot of the asking.
Right, yeah.
And so it's probably going to be a good time for Cameo just to kind of, talk about himself for once.
Yeah, and
therapy.
Everyone was, like anytime I have someone on, they're like, well, what did you say when you got asked this? I was like, people don't ask me questions.
Yeah.
Until they haven't sprinkled.
Yeah.
Episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Then he was like, I've got questions for you.
Yeah, he did good too. He
Yeah.
did good. I once took a listener who had to interview Amy Lee of Evanescence.
Yeah.
Backstage. That was when I was green in the industry, and I didn't really. I would have prepared, but it was her supposed to ask the questions. Well, anyway, once we got to do the interview itself, she froze up and couldn't ask her a question. So I was like, well, give me your list of questions. I'll do it. She didn't bring any list of questions. And so that ended up being like the worst interview ever. It kind of brought to mind like that kind of when you just get the interview thrown on you.
I can't think of anyone that I would be nervous about. Like,
I'll tell you who I was nervous. Like with her, I wasn't. I mean, that was just I wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
I interviewed Mike Ness from Social Distortion.
Yeah.
I was nervous about that one because I really like Social Distortion, but outside of loving their music, you don't hear much about them as far as like, they're not like one of those bands who are out doing crazy stuff. So I wanted to make sure I asked them interesting questions without asking like the same stuff they always ask about. And so that one made me nervous. And in fact, I went back and reworded my questions, like when I recorded it.
Yeah.
So I didn't come off sounding like, so if you were on a desert island and you could only take three records. So so the interview that aired on the air sounded great, like $1 million, but it wasn't so good when I recorded it. So anyway, well, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Bill and Ted's 3. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Shazam, Eternals might be a movie. We got nerd trivia and oh bug yeah. So before we get there, I got to tell you about our friends at Paint and Cheers. They're in the Plaza District, and it's a great night out for you, your friends, a date night, all of it. They're a great place for adult parties. They love big groups, and they really love everybody. Everybody's invited. It's all inclusive. So get out there. They do have drink specials. They have nights where you can go out there, and on Thirsty Thursday, they have the Boda Box wine. On Saturday, they have bottomless sangria. On Sundays, they have bottomless mimosas. So you get your drink on, you paint a painting that you're going to be proud of. You're going to hang it on the wall. And it's not like, some people do. I think people get intimidated sometimes by painting because they're not artists and they don't have a great time at it. This isn't like that. You're going to have like a great time, and you are going to create something you'll be proud of. If you want to see what he's got coming up, what they're going to be painting on certain nights, you can go to their Facebook page, Paint and Cheers. And if you want to reserve your seats, you should do that right now at Paint and Cheers, paint with the letter N, cheers.com. So yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's get into this nerdy goodness. Woo! Before we get into some nerd updates here, I did want to talk about a little excursion I went on over the weekend.
Okay. Oh, man. You can't talk about Tijuana like that. God.
Donkey show?
Oh, God. Cameo?
No, I don't know. That's what I've always
No,
heard
it's
about
where they
Tijuana.
show the finest donkeys they have.
Yes.
And then they
Award them with
love
blue ribbon?
them.
Oh, God.
Ew, what's wrong with you?
Dude,
What's wrong with
chill.
you?
I quit the show.
All right, so nerds, I'm in. With that. No.
But no, we had talked about how I have never been to the action figure museum here in Pauls Valley.
Yes.
Which is probably an hour and a half outside of the city here in Oklahoma City. So not too far away if you want to go out and check it out. It is awesome. I mean, they got action figures from like every era. And it's funny too, if you go out there, they have some things kind of mixed where it's like it'll be all Marvel, but like one DC character. Like,
Yeah.
I think that they kind of have some Easter eggs laying around.
Right.
They've got a Batman room.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
So nice. And then they had this one, like it was the recreation of a collector's room, and it's just like full of toys, like on the floor, on the walls, on the bed. I was like, that's not a recreation of my room, because my wife would never allow that. But it gave me an itch to get some more action figures, which sucks. No, I mean, it's good. I love
I'm
action
just saying,
figures.
it's
but
a slippery slope.
yeah.
See?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Woo.
Cameo's trying to
Cameo
exercise
Cam,
the
yeah.
demon.
Right?
But yeah, so I went out and bought me. Actually, have you seen the horror action figures that look
Whoa,
like
we're not talking about Tijuana anymore.
horror action figures that look like He-Man.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and they actually have some Batman and Joker or DC ones too.
Yeah.
So I bought me some of those. But I wanted to mention.
Oh, you could buy stuff there?
No, well, they do have them there, but I went to Target for those.
Oh, okay.
Oh, not supporting the museum, are you?
I didn't have what I wanted. But I thought this was really cool. There's a little exhibit there for Kyle Wendricks, who's a sculptor for like NECA and different things. And I showed you the picture. I was like, wow, like I actually have like the Hannibal, the Lost Boys, the Gremlins. I have a bunch of that stuff in my house already.
Yeah.
I had no idea the guy that sculpted it is out of Purcell.
Yeah.
And so I was looking into him just a little bit, and there was kind of an interesting story that his brother was named Craig Wendricks, and he ended up getting cancer and passing away, but he was a huge fan of like aliens. And so what they did was, because Kyle did sculpting for aliens, he made him a character into the, it's like Sergeant Craig Wendricks or something.
Oh, wow.
He's an honorary alien member, and they made him his own action figure.
That's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome. That's a great tribute. And my friend Provo, you guys have met him.
Yes.
He lived in Purcell. I was like, did you know anything about this? He's like, oh man, Craig was my friend. I went over to his house all the time. And, he's like, I remember one time Kyle was building like this huge, like to scale version of the Titanic. And he's like, it was amazing. And yeah, so he actually got to see it. And I was like, wow. It just amazed me because I'm blanking. This is me. I'm horrible with names. Dick Tracy. Is it Chester Gould? I forgot. But, was reminded while I was there that he's from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
We mentioned Stark. Kevin Stark.
Yeah. Who owns the museum. Yeah.
Yeah, and designed the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Like, how did Oklahoma get like this, all these creators? That was amazing to me.
Yeah. Or we've had them and they're just undiscovered.
Oh, yeah. Oklahoma's a lot more artistic and creative than people give us credit for
the
sometimes.
diamond in the rough over here.
Yes, Hoyt Axton, it is the cultural center of the universe.
Yeah. I mean, it's the home of Brad Reed, right?
Who's that?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But I just thought it was really cool that so many people are featured here that from Oklahoma, and that, like I said, that was stuff I have in my house.
Yeah,
Like I had no idea.
That's pretty cool.
So props to him. I think he still works for NECA. Kyle Wendricks does.
Yeah.
So he might have made our turtles. I don't know.
I hope so.
They had the bigger version of the turtles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that
Cool,
was
cool.
pretty sweet. All right, let's talk about some nerd updates real quick.
All right.
We got some news about a movie from back in the day that we all knew and loved, Bill and Ted's.
Yeah.
Did you guys like both movies?
Yes.
As a kid, yes. As an adult, just the first one.
Yeah.
Like I went back to watch the second one not too long ago. It's rough.
It is kind of rough.
Like it starts off so.
The only thing that like threw me off were like the little hairy monsters.
Yeah.
That were like geniuses.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of threw me off. The little pink bunny rabbit where Alex Winter's character he's Bill, right?
Yeah.
Bill was in his like little like dream
Yeah.
thing. That freaked me out too. But
I knew him more from the Lost Boys because he was one of the Marco.
Yeah. But I love both of them.
I have to go back and watch two because it's been a long time and I can't remember much about it, to be
Doesn't
honest.
hold up, like
Was George Carlin in it too?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, I think
love
that he
George
just
Carlin.
kind of phoned it in for that. I think he was like, "Am I getting paid this week? All right, I'm here for 5 days.
Right, right.
Use it."
So when is this movie supposed to come out? It hasn't
Next
started
year.
shooting yet, right?
No, it's supposed to start shooting this summer and then come out next August. So it's going to start in August for shooting and then come out August 2020.
Was that pretty much when your introduction to Keanu Reeves?
Probably.
I think
I
so.
mean, unless as a kid I caught that Coke commercial he was in. But.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember which one I saw first.
Oh, Parenthood was the first one I saw.
Parenthood, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was a movie he was in. He wasn't a main character, but he was in called Youngblood. Did you ever see that?
Uh-uh.
About the hockey player. up in Canada. He was like a minor league hockey player.
Right.
I think it was Rob Lowe actually. And man, Patrick Swayze was in it. Like all these people.
Oh, wow.
And they weren't, it was before they were all kind of bigger characters. But yeah, it's one of those decent. It has like a montage in it as he's getting ready for his big hockey fight and all that. So it's a typical 80s movie. But I think that was maybe the first time I saw Keanu Reeves in anything. Was he in My Own Private Idaho?
I do not know.
That's a reach, I know. I think that one was with River Phoenix back in the day. Anyway,
Man.
yeah, that's a rabbit trail.
Yeah.
That if you haven't seen that movie, that's like a indie type movie back in the day. That was a good one. I liked it. But yeah, so Bill and Ted's that'll be interesting. I think
I would like to see it. I mean,
I don't think Keanu's going to do something crappy at this point in his career.
I mean,
He's no Nick Cage.
No. But see, I think with Nick Cage, you just got so much of him within like 5 years. Like he was in every single movie.
And he didn't care
Yeah.
necessarily whether it was quality or not.
No.
he had to pay those bills,
Yeah.
man.
Right.
Yeah,
mean-
it's expensive living in the Garden District in New Orleans.
Well, like not paying his taxes and like all the debt that he went like, because he bought so much land and then the housing crisis happened and then he had to sell all of his land at a loss.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Oh, it was a mess.
Although I would love to see, and even if it's live action, Spider-Man Noir with Nick Cage, because I loved him in Spider-Verse.
I was talking to my wife the other day. Like, I would love to see Jake Johnson, who played Peter Parker, the beat down one.
Yeah.
And I would like to see him play Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Like an older version of Peter Parker.
Yeah,
in a
that would
movie.
be cool. There's so much they could do with all.
Oh,
that
man,
was just
so
such a
much.
great movie, and yeah, I think that they could spin off a lot from the Spider-Verse. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about Shazam for just a second because it comes out next week, I believe, right? A week from Friday.
Yeah,
April
we've got
5th.
this Friday, yeah.
And so I'm hearing lots of great things about it. Some friends saw it because of that Fandango thing where over the weekend, I think it was Saturday, you could go see it. And man, I wish I really would have gone and seen it already. But going to see Captain Marvel, I watched I got to see the preview up on the big screen, and I was like, this movie looks really good.
Yeah.
And I don't know a lot about Shazam, to be honest, but it looks like it's totally different than what DC's putting out right now, and I like it.
So the rule with Shazam, in the comics before all the 52 stuff, he was Captain Marvel in the comics. But
Right.
The rule of Shazam is if it's not fun, you're doing it wrong.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's just a fun character.
Yeah, and I don't think they could put anybody better than Zachary Levi.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Like he's like the epitome of goofiness.
Yeah, well, and everyone was complaining when they cast him and like talking about how awful his suit looked. I was like, listen, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna do a great job.
Now, go ahead.
Go ahead.
It looks like a mixture of Big and a superhero movie. Is that aspect of it, like the Big aspect, is that something from the comic books?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a kid who can turn into a grown up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if that was origin story, but
Yeah.
that just makes for a lot of fun, it seems like.
Yeah.
So I like that they're having fun with this movie. I also think, it looks like if they go in the direction like we've been hearing of just standalone movies for DC, I say just do that.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
not
cool
going to
with
be
that.
Marvel, and you can't catch up.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to catch up. So why even try?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. They should definitely get out of the mindset we got to beat Marvel.
Well, because
Because I mean, it's not one, like y'all said, it's not going to happen. But two, you can make great movies and not compete with somebody.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know everybody's like, I'm Marvel or I'm DC. It's like, I don't care who you love more, but the thing is, just go at it at your own pace and make good movies and call it a day.
Do you see any people that are I'm only going to watch a Marvel movie or a DC movie? Because I feel like that's more of a mixture.
I
like
mean,
where people are more apt to go see whatever.
I hear it, but I don't believe them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would go not watch a movie because it didn't look good to me.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
That's the only reason I wouldn't see a DC or a Marvel movie if I'm like, oh, that looks like hot garbage.
Yeah. I mean, typically I end up seeing them anyway. So
No, yeah.
so But Shazam looks really good. I'm excited about it. Like I said, I wish I would have gone snuck previewed.
Yep.
Snuck previewed. How do you do it in reverse? How do you do the past tense?
I don't know.
Through time travel. That's how.
Okay, so if you would have told me this last week before I read my Thanos book, I would have had no idea who any of these people were. But I believe that they are the parents of Thanos, at least some of them, the Eternals.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a
Is it a dicey? Or?
that's a really convoluted area of Marvel, which
Oh, okay.
I'm really surprised they're going with. Yeah, apparently the Eternals are getting a movie, and they're lumping in some people who weren't necessarily like the Eternals from the like Eternals book.
Right.
Like,
oh, okay.
Apparently Hercules is lumped into the Eternals.
Right.
Yeah, because like there is the pantheon of gods in Marvel, and there are the Eternals, and like Cersei is one that kind of went back and forth, but they weren't necessarily like the same.
So, like, are these people, let's say, older or older than like Odin?
Yeah, like they've been shaping the history of mankind for forever.
Okay. Well, by the way, that Thanos book I read, the Thanos Wins, that was freaking awesome.
Man, if only you would have watched this podcast where they talk about how awesome Thanos Wins was.
I think I did.
Which
at
I
one
bet
point.
you.
Do you have it on you?
No, I don't.
I bet you Brad will show you right where it goes, or right when I suggested it right here. He's not going to.
Probably not. That one takes. Sometimes Buck makes me dig.
Yes.
And sometimes I don't want to dig.
Sometimes I don't want to do my job.
I don't want to do it. But I will say, definitely that Thanos book was awesome.
Yeah.
Thanos is a jerk.
Yes.
You tend to maybe when you watch the movie kind of think Thanos. I wish there were half of the people here too.
Yeah.
But which is wrong. But you might feel sympathy for him.
Yeah.
Until you read like books like this and you're like, oh, he's a dude.
And then who's your new favorite character out of it?
Yeah, it's definitely Cosmic Ghost Rider.
And so to follow that up, you'll probably want to read the trade that's right behind you.
And I have that
on the
one.
bottom shelf right now.
I have the Cosmic Ghost Rider, but for the people watching, but that one is my definite next one that I have to read because man, that was such a good story. All of it, the art was amazing.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed it.
And if you liked that, then you should read Guardians of the Galaxy also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which I do have the 3 issues that are out, so I'm definitely gonna get caught up on that. So good. It's so good.
So good.
And I'm not a Marvel guy. I wasn't anyway.
Turns out you are.
Yeah. Fantastic Four, I'm totally.
Listen, man, good comics are good comics.
They are.
It doesn't matter who's putting them out.
You're right. You're right. So, hey, I think that brings us to some nerd trivia.
Oh, is it nerd trivia time?
Yeah. Cameo, have you been
He
been preparing?
Yeah, he saw earlier.
Yeah.
Don't you remember?
Oh, he's been cheating. I meant, have you been?
You've been cheating.
No.
All right, guys. Here's the answers. Whoops.
Oh, dang it. Did we have buzzers this time? Or?
I forgot to.
That's cool.
That's
Yep.
all right. We'll just slap each other.
All right. Get ready for a show.
All right. I planned though on winning this one because last time I
Because you saw the answers already.
I did not.
No, you both
lying.
did. See, look, they're right here. Oh,
I can't read
yeah. I'm sorry. What's your last
that
name?
far away.
Brad, what now?
Yeah.
All right. How's this? First question. Including Professor X, how many original X-Men are there?
There's
10.
5.
No. 6.
Wait,
Oh, I just went with X equals 10.
Oh.
wait. I thought it was Beast, Iceman, Miss Marvel,
Cyclops,
Angel.
And
Miss
Professor
Marvel
X.
was one?
Oh, what?
Starting with
Marvel Girl, but yeah.
Marvel Girl.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, including Professor X, how many?
So,
original?
none.
So, nothing.
Neither.
Oh.
Yeah. Do I get a chance to steal? 6.
No, Mr. 10.
X
All right.
equals 10.
Number 2. Who was the first alter ego of Thor?
Oh, Jesus.
Nope, was not Jesus.
Oh,
I have no idea.
Hulk. Incredible Hulk.
No, it was in the first Thor movie.
Oh, was it?
Odin.
No.
Loki.
Not
No.
Loki. What?
I'm just guessing. I have no idea. That's why I said Hulk.
Dr. Donald Blake.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot.
Oh, man. See, I thought that these were pretty... all right, how's this one? Number 3. What is Superman's dog's name?
Crypto.
Hey, there you go. Hey.
And I knew that because you said it like last week on the show, I
Yep.
think, when we were talking about Goose. Oh, I almost bought this goose at Target that you push the back and like it goes, "Rah!"
Oh,
I have one.
yeah.
Yeah.
So awesome. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so here's a harder one.
Are we 0 to no? We're 1 to 0.
Yep.
now.
You suck.
Who was Human Torch married to?
Which time?
His first marriage.
Was it Medusa?
No.
No. Dang it. Okay. I don't know.
It was Elijah. She was a Skrull. Who was...
Ooh.
I thought that was after Medusa.
No, he wasn't married to
Well,
Medusa.
I mean,
yeah.
he was messed around with.
Yeah,
it.
but that's like well after.
Okay.
No, this was like back in the early 90s, late 80s. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because he thought that he was marrying Alicia, and that's weird.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
that's been that's right. Whoops. And, and they even talked about it in
Right?
in the comic.
That's
book.
why I was like, okay, this is a little fair because I
Yeah.
know both of you have been reading.
God, Cameo.
All right, how's this? In the Walking Dead comic, who killed Shane?
Oh my lord. It was what's his face? Not Lincoln Riley.
It wasn't Rick.
No?
Oh, and I read it. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't remember. Whatever. I can't remember.
It's Carl.
Carl.
Yeah.
Carl.
Carl
Okay.
was saving Rick.
Hey, I want to interject real quick. I was watching the Image movie, and there was this awesome story about was it Rickman? Who's the guy who created Walking Dead?
Kirkman.
Kirkman. He tells a story, and I thought he was spoiling the whole show because I'm like a season behind. But he was like, "Yeah, I went and pitched that there's an alien invasion, and they created the zombie outbreak." And I was like, "Oh my god, I haven't got that far. I don't know this."
Yeah,
and then apparently that was just his ruse.
Yeah,
to
well-
get in the door.
Well, so as soon as that became public, there was an alternate comic where if you wanted to quit the series, here it is.
Oh, I want to read
Aliens
that.
came down and killed. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
yeah.
hilarious. So I get a point for that, I think.
What?
No.
Okay. It's
All
still
right.
1-0. Terrible. How many questions are we
This
in?
is pretty bad.
So here's a harder one, but one that I've done before.
Ooh.
What's Black Bolt's real name?
Blackager Boltagen.
You're so close.
I can't ever say his name.
Oh, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Blackagar Boltagon.
There we go.
We'll say 1.5.
Okay. I still got a chance. I got a chance.
You do. All right, Brad. I expect you to get this one. Who killed Batman's parents?
Oh, I don't know that one.
Who killed him?
Yeah.
Which version?
I mean, in the history of Batman, they've been like, oh, and Batman's parents could kill her. This guy.
Jack Napier.
Nope.
I know that's wrong.
Joe Chill.
Joe.
Joe Chill.
That's the yeah. Joe
I've heard
Chill.
that name before.
Mhm. No, you're right.
Once or twice.
Man, I'll go softball like all the time next time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. My specialty is more movies.
Oh, then you're really gonna hate this one.
But I knew Joe Chill.
What planet is Silver Surfer from?
Where's Galactus from?
Can I just give you his real name?
He was a herald for Galactus. I know that.
Yeah.
It's Zen Law.
Zen Law.
His real name is NORAD.
I'm gonna start writing down. Is it
Yeah.
It's Norin Rad.
See?
Even got that wrong.
NORAD? I was like, he's named after the software that they use for tracking storms.
All right, how's this? There are 4 names I'm looking for here. Name Odin's children.
Thor, Loki. What's her name?
Hella.
Helen.
No.
That's the movies. No.
And then I don't
Yeah.
know.
No idea.
All right, from the comics, Thor, Loki, Angela, and Balder.
Angela and Balder.
Yep.
I'm gonna write these down for next time.
Can we have a retest, please?
All right. You know, I thought that this was going to happen, so here's the softest of softballs.
Is it worth 2 points?
We'll say it's worth 1.5.
Okay.
High it up.
Okay.
All right, final question. What's Batman's real name?
Bruce Wayne.
Hey, look, it's a tie.
It's a tie.
Nice. Nice. Yes. Yes. Sorry.
This is amazing.
Okay, but don't feel bad, Buck, because you know what? There's a lot of listeners out there who got a lot of knowledge just now.
Yeah. A
Yeah.
lot.
And there's probably some that are like, those dudes.
Right. You
Yeah.
call yourself nerds?
Yeah, what the heck? That's why we're here.
Hey, we don't own a comic book store, okay?
So,
Jeez.
so I guess it's nerd to men,
That's what I've always said.
Hey.
That's what I've always said.
but it's
That's right.
nerds.
yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Oh,
I mean, as a collective whole,
we're
nerds.
we're 1.5.
listen, you can shove that in your collective. What?
We're 1.5% nerd. So,
I don't test well under pressure.
Joe Chill.
Man. Yeah, I was like, ooh, Brett will know this one. Nope.
I gave you the movie version.
Sort of.
But I mean, I know that like never
Allegedly.
in other, it's never the Joker that kills him.
Nope.
Yeah, in anything other than the one movie.
Yeah.
That'd make him so old.
Me and my buddy David Garrett, I used to do a show with him on the sports channel.
Yeah.
And me and him would always have that conversation.
Sorry, let me get
I
that
should have
name you
known
just
it.
dropped.
Sorry. Sorry. Most people who don't listen to sports probably have no idea who David Garrett is.
He knows all about the sports, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I do not.
He does. Yeah.
So he could be like, oh, tell me about the running back from the, I don't know, Stripey Bees things.
Yeah. But he loves Batman. Like he doesn't
Oh,
really
does he?
love like the comics or anything. He only loves like the movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
And so he'll swear that it's Joker. And I'm like, no, not.
And that's when you
Not
say,
anything
swear
else.
to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Wow.
that was an embarrassing edition of nerd trivia.
yeah, that's pretty bad.
Just wait till next time.
Well, yeah. That brings us to my most favorite segment every week.
Oh?
Oh, Buck, yeah. Where we find out what is new this week and what you recommend.
Yep.
Now, like we always preface, we record this earlier, so some of them aren't in our hot little hands yet.
Yeah.
But tell us what is new this week.
So, Detective Comics number 1000 is going to be a huge issue in size and scope. Some of the stories in here are from some classic Batman writers and some people who aren't necessarily known for all their Batman stuff.
Right.
Like there's a wonderful story that Kevin Smith did. That honestly, I didn't know that he had that kind of story in him. Man, it's great.
Right.
Yeah, Paul Dini comes back and does a Batman story. You'd know him from the animated series. Scott Snyder, Tom King have stories in here. Warren Ellis, who did Planetary, like it's great.
Yeah, I saw somebody tweeted and they were like they really loved I think the Scott Snyder, and Tom King was even like, oh yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, it's stupid fun. Like it's ridiculous. If you don't like some of the sillier things in Batman, which I'm not saying it's a silly thing necessarily, but it might upset you a little, but it's hilarious and pretty awesome.
Nice.
So yeah, I loved it. We do have some first appearances in here. One that's been publicized, and then one that I've never heard of, and I'm more intrigued
Yeah.
if it becomes a thing.
Right.
And then there's-
Dirtman?
No, that's Stan Lee.
I know.
For life.
But yeah, man, I want to show him, but I shouldn't. I shouldn't.
Yeah, you don't want to lose your license.
No.
You don't
Yeah.
wanna do it.
So,
But
yeah.
that because they sent this to you, so
Yeah.
it's not like you're.
Yeah.
Right, but yeah,
But
we
yeah.
gotta keep this under wraps.
We want them to keep sending them to
Yeah,
you.
right.
but, yeah,
Because me and
so-
Cameo, really, honestly, haven't even been able to.
No,
look it up.
yeah. Yeah,
He
I
won't let us
can't let
look
you
at
all
all.
look in it. So yeah, but yeah, come here Wednesday midnight. Tuesday midnight, Wednesday morning kind of thing. We'll do a midnight sale just for 30 minutes. Come in and get your comic. We have a sale going on, and then Wednesday during the day, come in. We'll have Jerry Bennett doing sketches on the blank variants. We'll have a
Nice.
sidewalk sale.
Oh, cool.
It'll be
Yeah.
amazing.
I kind of want to ask. I think you had mentioned that there aren't even that many that are up in that high of a edition, like 1,000.
Yeah,
right?
Action Comics is the other comic that is in the thousands now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, so I know like a TV show, if they get like 100 episodes, they go to syndication. What does 1,000 do? Just put you like in a
charges
Hall of
you
Fame?
$10 for a comic.
Oh, wow.
Does that?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's awesome though.
This one's
it's,
gonna fly off the shelf, right? I mean,
yeah,
it's a collector's.
and I mean the Superman or the Action Comics one was cool.
Mm-hmm.
This one, oh man, some of the best Batman stories you'll find.
I got to give me one then.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
me too.
agree. and there's so many different covers for you to choose from.
Oh,
too.
cool.
Yeah.
All right.
So we have that coming out. Also, Fantastic Four #8. If
Finally.
if you haven't been reading that, man, God, if you love Galactus and Doctor Doom,
Yeah.
whoa, how cool is this?
I'm a big.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
The more I read all that, like I said with the Thanos and all that, I'm like, ooh, cool, like Galactus. And
Yeah.
all that. Yeah. So
yeah. This is They're on issue 8, and it's epic. Like, it's going down as one of the best runs of Fantastic Four in its run. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
and if you don't already have, you need to get the. They have the collected version.
With the crinkly bags for those that aren't watching.
This is 1 through 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because here's what I did over the weekend. I told you my son was in town.
Yeah.
And I was like, you got to read Fantastic Four. So I went ahead and gave him 1 through 4 so I could just get this one and have them
Nice.
all in one. But yeah, I was like, but you can't have 5, 6, 7, and 8. That ain't happening. I got to read them first. So.
Right.
Yeah. So
All right.
good, though.
So next up is my guilty pleasure. It's so stupid and dumb, but I love it so very much. Like God, I really thought it was going to be the worst thing ever, and I love it and hate it.
Yeah.
And then I love it again. Hulkverines.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's
yeah.
so stupid, but I love it. Because, so yeah, like being Hulk's awesome enough, being Wolverine's awesome enough, and then you're putting them two together, and it's like Gone in 60 Seconds. It's like Fast and Furious. It's it's like the Expendables.
Okay.
It's when is more? Oh, when you add more to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's, oh my God. If you all get a chance to pick it up, it's, I guarantee you're going to roll your eyes and then you're going to think, that was kind of awesome.
So let me ask you again, because just, as a guy who doesn't know as much,
Yeah.
this is a different version of Hulk in a different world.
So
Or
this
universe.
this is a dude who is
Oh,
part
that's
of a
right.
weapon.
That's right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Weapon H program. Like it's
Okay.
like they were trying to turn a dude into the Hulk and give him an adamantium skeleton with claws. Mm-hmm. And yeah,
That's right. So like let's say the Hulk I ran into in like my Thanos. Are these typically different universes?
typically, yeah.
And
like
so-
the in the Thanos ones, that's like set in the far future.
Oh yeah, okay.
Of maybe this Earth or maybe this universe or maybe another.
So is there multiple Thanoses?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yep.
That's a bad guy to have copies of.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, there's multiple of everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in another world, I'm Thanos. Another
Maybe.
universe.
I mean,
Yeah, no, you can never beat Thanos.
Yeah, I'm Thanos.
he's gonna be at home tonight, sharpieing on his chin.
Right.
He's gonna shave little lines into it.
It's like, I'm Thanos.
All right, last one I want to cover: Heroes in Crisis #7.
Yes.
The series has been phenomenal. Anything written by Tom King is going to be great. Man,
Is there a trade paperback of any of that?
not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
It's going to be a 9-issue series. We're on issue 7.
Okay.
It was going to be a 7-issue series, and then they're like, we kind of need a little bit more room, can we? And I'm glad they did. It's been great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
really good. Like I say, Tom King.
Tom
you'll
King
love
is
it.
amazing.
You'll
Yes.
love it.
And to get into Tom King, if you haven't, Mr. Miracle.
Or Batman.
Yeah, Batman's
Or
really good
Vision.
too.
Or
Yeah.
Mr. Miracle.
Sheriff of Babylon. Yeah.
Mr. Miracle. That's it.
They
That should be
had
introduction.
they had the Mr. Miracle at the Action Figure Museum in the Marvel
I
stuff.
saw that. You sent me some pictures.
And I was like-
that's pretty cool.
I think it's an Easter egg or somebody messed up. But now I want a Mr. Miracle action figure.
I mean, I know a guy.
All right. Hook me up. What else is that? Is that
That's
that's a
all I
wrap
have.
for
Yeah.
Obuck? Yeah.
Yep.
Obuck, yeah. We need to get like a,
So
Yeah.
close.
yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's just
Did
rude.
Robin just die?
Oh, I know you don't know.
I
but
don't know.
You just spoiled it. No, Robin always dies.
What? Oh, I can't believe.
That's just mean.
Hey, is that Batman?
Oh.
Oh, it's the inside cover.
I know. I was about to snap some pictures. Pop, 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 pop.
Table of contents.
Yes, yes. All right. Well, that brings us to an end, I think, for Nerds to
bum,
Men this week. Make sure you check out the New World Comics podcast. Check out New World Comics. Go see our friends at Paint and Cheers. If you want to reserve your seats, it's paintandcheers.com. And that's it for us. I was going to say have a great week.
Keep it nerdy.
Dirtman for life.